Welcome back to Smart Garden. Let's be honest. We've all tried the classic avocado and toothpick experiment, or maybe planted a random apple seed hoping for a backyard orchard. And if you did, you probably waited a decade only to harvest tiny, sour, inedible crab apples. Don't worry, it's not your gardening skills, it's just ruthless genetics. But before you toss your next grocery store haul into the compost bin, wait. What if I told you there are fruits that actually break the rules of nature? Thanks to some incredible biology, certain seeds are practically exact clones of their parent trees. This means you can grow sweet, juicy, store-quality fruit right in your living room or backyard, with absolutely zero complicated grafting. Today, I'm showing you 15 fruits you can easily grow from seed that will never turn wild. Ready to transform your windowsill into a mini orchard? Let's get into it. 1. Mango. Starting off strong at number 1, the mango. This is a massive trend online right now, and for good reason. If you grab a yellow Atalfo or honey mango from your local grocery store, you're in luck. These varieties are often polyembryonic. That means if you pop open the tough outer husk and plant the giant bean-like seed inside, the strongest sprout that emerges is an exact genetic clone of the mother tree. You can expect sweet, juicy fruit in about 5 to 6 years. For outdoor planting, mangoes are strictly tropical. They only survive in USDA zones 10 to 11, like South Florida or Southern California. If you live anywhere colder, this is an indoor potted project. Just remember, mangoes grow a massive taproot, so give it a very deep pot. And don't be afraid to prune it heavily from year 1. Otherwise, this tropical giant will try to take over your entire living room. Number 2. Lemon. Coming in at number 2, we have an absolute classic, the lemon. Growing a lemon from seed is the ultimate test of patience, taking anywhere from 5 to 10 years to finally bloom. Just like mangoes, many store-bought lemons are polyembryonic, giving you a perfect clone. To speed up germination, carefully peel off the tough outer seed coat before planting. Now, lemons can be a bit of a drama queen. If they don't like a cold draft or your watering schedule, they will dramatically drop all their leaves. Outdoors, they thrive in zones 9 to 11. But if you deal with freezing winters, you must grow your lemon in a container and bring it indoors before the first frost. They love bright light and decent humidity, so a grow light and a small humidifier will be your best friends to keep this citrus happy during those dry indoor winter months. Number 3. Pomegranate. At number 3, we have the pomegranate. Now, if you plant a seed from a giant grocery store pomegranate, you'll likely end up with a massive, thorny bush that might never fruit indoors. The secret hack here is to source seeds from a dwarf variety, specifically the Nana pomegranate. These seeds sprout easily and grow into gorgeous, compact, bushy houseplants that are perfect for your windowsill. They are highly decorative and will reward you with stunning, bright red, trumpet-shaped flowers and miniature, but totally edible, pomegranates. Outdoors, regular pomegranates can handle zones 7 to 10, meaning they can take a little bit of winter chill. But the dwarf Nana variety is the ultimate potted houseplant for any climate. It even makes a fantastic bonsai. Just soak the seeds overnight before planting, keep the soil warm, and watch the magic happen. Number 4. Papaya. Wrapping up our supermarket block at number 4 is a plant that will blow your mind with its growth speed, the papaya. Technically, a papaya isn't even a tree. It's a giant, fast-growing herb. If you stare at it long enough, you can almost see it growing. Just scoop the black, caviar-like seeds out of a ripe papaya. Crush the little clear gel sacs around them. That gel actually prevents sprouting. Wash them and plant. In warm conditions, they sprout like weeds in just 2 weeks. Outdoors, papayas need severe heat and 0 frost. They are strictly for zones 10 to 11. But here's the crazy part. If you give it a massive container, heavy fertilizer, and a warm, sunny spot, you can actually grow this tropical sprinter indoors and get your first fruits in just 10 to 12 months. It is the perfect high-speed, high-reward project for any impatient gardener. Before we move on to the next group of super fast fruiting exotics, I have a quick question for you guys. I know a lot of you love these seed growing experiments, so tell me in the comments below, what is the craziest seed you have ever tried to grow at home? Did it actually work, or was it a total disaster? Let me know. And hey, if you are enjoying these smart garden hacks so far, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow and tells the algorithm to show you more green thumb content. Also, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next video, where I'll be sharing a huge secret about cover crops to instantly boost your garden soil. Alright, liked and subscribed? Awesome. Let's get back to the list and check out number 5, which has some of the most alien-looking flowers you will ever see. Number 5, passion fruit. Coming in at number 5 is passion fruit. If you want a plant that will make your neighbors stop and stare, this is it. You can easily sprout these by scooping the seeds from a wrinkly grocery store passion fruit, washing off the yellow pulp, and planting them in warm soil. The true showstopper here isn't just the fruit, it's the flowers. They look like something generated by AI or beamed down from space, featuring massive, intricate, alien-looking crowns. Passion fruit is a vigorous vine, so you'll need to give it a sturdy trellis right away. Outdoors, this tropical beauty thrives in USDA zones 9 to 11. If you're in a cooler climate, you can easily grow it in a large container in a sunroom or greenhouse. Best of all, without any grafting, this aggressive climber can reward you with 100% true-to-type, delicious fruit by its second year. Number 6, kumquat. Number 6 is the kumquat. While lemons take forever, kumquats are much faster, often giving you miniature citrus fruits in just 4 to 5 years from seed. And here is the best part. You eat them whole, peel and all. The rind is completely sweet, while the juice inside is tart, creating an amazing sweet and sour explosion in your mouth. Outdoors, kumquats are actually a bit more cold-hardy than lemons, surviving just fine in USDA zones 8B to 11. But if you get heavy snow, keep it inside. Luckily, they are the ultimate potted citrus. They naturally stay compact and won't try to punch a hole through your ceiling. They do hate wet feet, so ensure your pot has excellent drainage. One funny quirk, kumquats are neat freaks. Give them a warm shower once a week to wash the dust off their leaves, and they will stay happy, healthy, and highly productive indoors. Number 7, Tamarillo, tree tomato. At number 7, we have a total wild card, the Tamarillo, also known as the tree tomato. This one will completely mess with your taste buds. The fruit tastes like a bizarre but delicious mashup of a sweet tomato, passion fruit, and a kiwi. Because it's closely related to regular tomatoes, sprouting the seeds is practically effortless. Just smear the seeds on a paper towel, let them dry slightly, and toss them in dirt. Tamarillos grow incredibly fast, forming massive, heart-shaped tropical jungle leaves. Outdoors, they thrive in zones 9B to 11. If you live anywhere colder, just put it in a large pot by a sunny window. It requires almost no complicated pruning and naturally shapes itself into a beautiful small tree. You can expect your first batch of unique, true-to-seed fruits by the second year, tasting exactly like the ones you bought at the store. Number 8, guava. Wrapping up our exotic block at number 8 is the guava. Do you know what the biggest enemy of indoor winter gardening is? Central heating. It turns your house into the Sahara Desert, crisping up most tropical plants. But the guava? It simply does not care. Thanks to its tough, leathery leaves, it holds on to moisture perfectly, making it arguably the most unkillable, drought-tolerant fruit tree for indoor growers. Guava seeds are tiny and rock-hard, so soak them in warm water for 24 hours before planting. Outdoors, guavas are tropical and do best in USDA zones 9 to 11. For the rest of us, it's a phenomenal container plant. It's incredibly forgiving if you occasionally forget to water it, requires zero fancy grafting, and will start producing incredibly fragrant, sweet fruits in just 3 to 4 years. It's the ultimate low-maintenance green pet for busy people. Number 9, peach. Kicking off our backyard hardy fruits at number 9 is the peach. You might think peaches are delicate southern belles that panic at the sight of frost, but that's a myth. If you plant a pit from a locally grown peach, you'll get a tough, resilient tree. Because they are self-pollinating, the seed will produce fruit incredibly similar to the parent. But here is the trick. To get that seed to sprout, you need to trick it into thinking it just went through winter. This process is called cold stratification. Just wash the pit, place it in a container with moist sand in your fridge for a couple of months until it cracks open, and then plant it. Outdoors, peaches thrive in USDA zones 5 to 9. You can actually expect your first sweet, juicy harvest in just 3 to 4 years, which is absolute warp speed for a fruit tree. Number 10. Nectarine. Number 10 is the nectarine. Biologically speaking, a nectarine is basically just a peach that went in for a laser hair removal. The rules here are exactly the same. You take a local pit, give it that essential cold stratification in your fridge, and wait for a beautiful harvest in 3 to 4 years. If you want to speed up germination, you can carefully crack the hard outer shell with a nutcracker before chilling it. Just make sure you don't crush the almond-like seed inside. Outdoors, nectarines do great in zones 5 to 9, but they can be slightly more prone to a fungal issue called leaf curl. So, if you plant them in your backyard, be prepared to do a little preventative spraying in the spring. If you live in a colder zone, they also make surprisingly good container trees for a large sunroom. 11. Apricot. At number 11, we have an absolute tank of the orchard, the apricot. Trees grown from local apricot pits are notoriously vigorous and possess an almost bulletproof immune system. Why? Because from day one, they send down a massive, powerful taproot deep into the earth. This taproot makes them incredibly drought-tolerant and resilient to harsh weather once established. Because of that aggressive root system, trying to grow an apricot in a small indoor pot is a losing battle. They need space, wind, and a real change of seasons. Outdoors, they thrive beautifully in zones 5 to 9. If you want the easiest planting method ever, just bury the pits a couple of inches deep in your garden in the fall. Mother Nature will do the cold stratification for you, and by spring, the strongest champions will sprout right up. 12. Nanking cherry, bush cherry. Wrapping up this block at number 12 is a total garden cheat code, the Nanking cherry, also known as the bush cherry. Unlike standard cherry trees that grow massive and require complex grafting, this fluffy beauty grows as a compact, dense bush. This makes it the ultimate choice if you have a small backyard or limited garden space. Best of all, it grows true to seed and is ridiculously fast to produce. You can actually be eating sweet, zero-tartness cherries in just 2 or 3 years. Outdoors, these bushes are incredibly cold-hardy, surviving all the way down to zone 2. They do excellent in zones 2 through 7. Just toss the dried pits into the ground in the fall for natural winter chilling. One quick warning, mice and rabbits love their sweet bark in the winter, so make sure to wrap the base of your bush with some wire mesh. Alright, we've covered the fast-growing supermarket hacks and the tough backyard classics. But what if you want to grow something truly unique, something your neighbors have probably never even heard of? For our final block, we are diving into the rare gems. These are breathtaking exotic plants that double as stunning indoor centerpieces and produce some of the most incredibly unique flavors on the planet. Let's check out the final 3. 13. Pineapple guava, feijoa. Kicking off our rare gems at number 13 is the pineapple guava, also known as feijoa. If you want a plant that looks as good as it tastes, this is the one. It's a stunning evergreen shrub with beautiful, silvery green foliage. But the real magic happens when it blooms. The flowers are absolutely gorgeous, featuring bright red stamens. And here's the crazy part. The flower petals are completely edible and taste sweet. To grow it, just wash the tiny seeds from the jelly-like pulp and sow them very shallowly in a sandy peat mix. Outdoors, pineapple guavas thrive in zones 8 to 10. For colder climates, it makes a phenomenal indoor houseplant. Keep it near a cool, bright window during winter, and in 3 to 4 years, it will reward you with incredible fruit that tastes like a blend of strawberry, pineapple, and mint. 14. Loquat. Number 14 is the loquat. This tree looks like you ripped a piece of the tropical rainforest and dropped it right into your living room. The seeds are large, beautiful, and brown, but there is a catch. You must plant them completely fresh. Do not let them dry out. Wash them off and pop them directly into the dirt, and they have an almost 100% germination rate. The loquat grows massive, deeply textured, leathery leaves that give any bright living room or sunroom a highly stylized, exotic vibe. Outdoors, they can handle zones 8 to 10. They grow beautifully from seed without any grafting, producing juicy fruits that taste like an amazing mix of apple, apricot, and peach. Just be prepared to give it a large pot, as this plant loves to spread out. 15. Cherimoya. And finally, closing out our top 15 is the cherimoya. Mark Twain famously described this as the most delicious fruit known to men. The flesh inside tastes literally like creamy vanilla ice cream mixed with notes of strawberry, banana, and papaya. To sprout the hard black seeds, give them a light scratch with some sandpaper and soak them in warm water for 24 hours before planting. Cherimoyas grow exceptionally well from seed, retaining the large fruit size and extreme sweetness of the parent tree. Outdoors, they require a mild, frost-free climate, doing best in zones 10 to 11. Indoors, they form a beautiful, branching canopy in a large pot. If you grow them inside, you will have to play bee and hand-pollinate the flowers with a small paintbrush. But trust me, that heavenly ice cream flavor is worth every second of effort. So, your seeds have sprouted. Awesome. But how do you turn those tiny green shoots into massive, fruit-bearing trees? Here are my top proven care hacks. First, your starter pots. Forget about buying expensive peat pots. For small seeds, ordinary eggshells are absolutely perfect. Just fill them with soil and plant your seed. Once the seedling is strong enough, gently crush the shell in your hand until it cracks, and plant the whole thing directly into a larger pot. This prevents transplant shock and gives your baby plant an awesome starting boost of calcium. Second, smart watering. There is no one-size-fits-all here. Fast-growing tropicals like papaya and mango need constant, light moisture. But for citrus and classic stone fruits, overwatering is a death sentence. For those, you want to water deeply, but only after the top layer of soil has completely dried out. Third, chemical-free protection and food. Got annoying fungus gnats flying around your indoor pots? Just sprinkle a layer of used coffee grounds over the topsoil. It's a free and incredibly effective barrier against pests. And for a massive growth boost in the summer, make a DIY weed tea. A basic dandelion tea is a powerhouse organic fertilizer that works just as well as the expensive store-bought stuff. Just make sure to dilute it heavily with water so you don't burn the roots. Stick to these simple rules, and your indoor orchard will reward you with an incredible harvest. Shall we move on to the final blocks? The do not plant anti-top list and the outro. Now, as promised, a little reality check. Here are 3 incredibly popular seeds that you should toss straight into the compost bin if your goal is to actually eat good fruit and not just grow a random bush on your windowsill. Number 1, apples and pears. Yes, those seeds from that perfect, crisp grocery store apple. Their genetics are so complex and mixed up that out of 100 planted seeds, 99 will grow into wild, thorny trees with tiny, sour, rock-hard crab apples. Without grafting, it's a complete waste of time. Number 2, date palms. I know it's tempting to plant a pit from a sweet, dried date. It will sprout and eventually grow into a cute little palm. But here's the catch. Date palms are dioecious, meaning you need a male tree, a female tree, and a bee to ever get fruit. Plus, it won't even think about blooming for 10 to 15 years. In a standard house, you'll never see a single date. It will just punch a hole in your ceiling first. And number 3, the avocado. Our fan favorite with the toothpicks from the beginning of the video. It makes a cool, decorative houseplant. But if your goal is to harvest creamy avocados for your morning toast, forget it. You'll grow an unpredictable hybrid that might bloom right around the time you retire, and the fruit itself is usually watery, stringy, and mostly just a giant pit. So there you have it. You now possess the ultimate cheat sheet to hack the grocery store and grow your own free food from scratch. I guarantee that from now on, every time you slice into a piece of fruit, you're going to look at that leftover pit totally differently. You're not just holding kitchen trash anymore. You're holding a potential indoor orchard. Gardening shouldn't be about waiting 10 years just to be disappointed. It's about experimenting, having fun, and getting real, tasty results. So, clear off some space by a sunny window, grab a pot, and start your own personal jungle this weekend. If you found this video helpful, smash that subscribe button and share it with a friend who is still desperately trying to grow that sad avocado pit. And if you want to know how to naturally supercharge the soil for your new trees without buying expensive fertilizers, click the video on the screen right now where I reveal my top cover crop secrets. Thank you so much for watching Smart Garden, and I'll see you in the next one.